Shalom, the brother Tazza Bashar, GMS Hunter sit downs, coming back with the video. Today I'm gonna talk about the topic. I'm gonna name this topic. They prophesied unto us who are in the latter days, because you have certain people who speak about we are not living in biblical times no more. The prophecies that the prophet spoke about already happened, already occurred, but that's not the by some prophecies, that's not a fact. Some prophecies still have to come to pass, and like they like to say, we are still living in biblical times. And it's not that we are living in the times of Revelation. No, we live in the whole volume of the book. Things Jeremiah said still have to come to pass. Things Daniel said just have come to pass. And there are many more prophecies, man. So with the scriptures, I'm gonna show you that the prophets knew that they wasn't prophesying unto themselves, man, but they didn't know the breakdown of the visions and dreams that they had. The prophets who are reincarnated into this time right now, they have the breakdown, starting with the other apostles, apostles on down. So I'm gonna read this scripture. This is First Peter chapter 1 verse 11. Searching what manner of time the Spirit of Yahushai which was in them did signify. When it testified, let's look up that word signify. So the Spirit of Yahushai was in them did signify. To make manifest, to make known, be relating to declare, because that's what they did. They declared, to give one, to understand, to indicate, to signify. So they was declaring things. Reading on. The Spirit of Yahushua which was in them did signify, did declare, when it testified beforehand the suffering of Yahushua and the glory that should follow, unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves, but unto us they did minister the things. So it was revealed unto them that not unto themselves, but unto us they did minister the things that were written, the things that were being seen, the dreams that were being revealed unto the prophets to give the understanding thereof. Those things were not for that time. So these things were revealed unto them. Reading again. Unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves, but unto us they did minister the things, which are now reported unto you by them that have preached the gospel unto you with the Holy Ghost sent down from heaven, which things the angels desire to look into. Gone. So the things that the prophet spoke about back in the days, they were being prophesied for this time we live in now, man. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 11. Now all these things happen unto them for ensamples. Look up the word ensamples. Typos in the Greek. The mark of a stroke or blow. Print, a figure formed by a blow. Impression, a figure or image of the image of the gods. The teaching which embodied the sum and substance of religion and represents it to the mind, manner of writing, the contents and form of a letter. An example, so the teachings and the writings, as an example. Example to be imitated, of man worthy of imitation. in a doctrinal sense, you know. So it says, now all these things happen unto them for ensamples, and they are written for our uh, admonition, upon whom the end of the world are come. So the things written as examples, as doctrine and writings of the people that were before us, was written unto the people who are in the time upon whom the end of the world is come. Let's look up that word admonition. I'm gonna read it one more time. Now all these things happen unto them for ensamples, and they are written for our admonition. Noticia. Noticia. Admonition, exhortation. Con. So upon whom the ends of the world are come. So upon whom is the end of the world coming upon the people in the latter days, man. And Yahweh Ratazah, that this is the final generation, man. The people that are being born now, like the scriptures say, they are born in vain, man. If you're making children right now, not being into the truth, most likely these children are gonna be missile food, man. These children are gonna be, corrupted by the system. Maybe already being implanted with a chip, you know. If not, they most likely will turn into faggots and lesbians, man. Because that's the goal of today's generation of Slacker. The goal of today's um, community is to turn children and you know teenagers into faggots, man. Pushing it on the television, even in cartoons. I saw this clip of Lil Boosie. He said that it basically vexes his spirit that when he comes home and he watches those cartoons, he sees his children watch these cartoons, that it's all about faggot shit, man. Hey, Disney television is trying to make is busy making a gay how you call it, fairy tale movie, man, with gay princes. I also saw that they tried to make Dory, I think she's called Dory, the blue fish from Finding Nemo. They tried to make it a lesbian fish. Hey, these things are all out of order, man. You know. But Khan, yeah, you see, we are the people upon whom the end of the world is come, man. This is the end of the world, man. You really think that the Most High is gonna allow this thing to grow even further, man? This thing will stop at a certain point, man. And then the wrath of the Most High will come upon this earth and upon the people who are doing His work in sincerity and truth, you know, because we long for a hastening of the time, man. We want this thing to end with all these wicked things around us, you know, polluting the earth. So yeah, the prophets prophesied. Let me read it again. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 11. Now all these things happened unto them for examples and samples, and they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. That's upon the people who are living now, man. We can see we are in the end of times, man. All the prophecies are coming to pass, so it's important that we look to the end of this thing, man. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 verse 22. But if I have found grace before thee, send the Holy Ghost into me, and I shall write all that had been done in the world since the beginning, which were written in thy law, that man may find thy path, and that they which will live in the latter days may live. Gone. So The things that were written by the prophets, by the scribes, are what was for our learning, man. Had been done for the people that they may find their path in the latter days, man. And that's the path of righteousness, man. You know, through the Spirit, through the inspiration of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, these things were written in the scriptures, in the books, basically in the one and only book, but it had been divided into two because you have the scriptures, the Bible, but then you also have the Apocrypha. Through the Spirit, these things remain intact, you know. So hey, that's spiritual, man. So through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the things that were written and have been done from the beginning are written in this book, man. That man may find thy path, and that they which will live in the latter days may live. So these things are written for our learning, man, for our understanding. That's why what the scripture says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And that's basically what Ezra is saying right now too, that the people may live in the latter days through these writings, that they may find the path of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So there you see, hey, these things were for us, man. The prophecies, the dreams being dreamed. Daniel, the second chapter is coming to pass right now, man. You know, it's coming to pass right now. Seeing that the miry clay and the iron, you know, cannot cleave to each other. The EU is falling apart. The EU is falling apart. But I will, Yahweh do a next video about that, you know, as soon as possible. But yeah, man, the prophets prophesied unto us. They knew that. Romans chapter 15 verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. And let me read it again. Romans 15 and 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime, so the things that were written before were written for our learning, like things that happened in the time of Exodus, things that happened during the time of Joshua, Judges, things that happened to our people. Hey, history is important too, man. We gotta know our history and able to know what we're dealing with. Why the Most High was dealing like this with us. You can't like these strict Christians and stuff want to come with the New Testament only. But if I'm writing a book and I only give you the last 70 pages, you don't know what the hell the book is about, man. You need to know the beginning in order to know why the end is like this. If you can't understand that the end is like this, Slakia, I mean, if you can't understand, if you don't know the beginning, how will you understand the ending thereof? And that's why all these people are stumbling and saying, yeah, all the people can make it. If you read the Old Testament, you see that, for example, people like to bring out John 3 and 16. If you read John 3 and 15, it will tell you that the Son of Man will come just and deliver the people, roughly paraphrasing, like in the times that Moses held up that staff, that serpent, you know, so that the people of Israel will look upon it and will be healed from all the snake bites. In the same manner will Yahushua return for his people, because in the time of Moses only Israelites were in the valley, man. So, but hey, if people don't go back to the Old Testament, how will they know that there were only Israelites in the valley by Moses, man? You know, so for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort, yeah, the scriptures. What's the comfort? What's the comforter? The scriptures. That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Khan. Job chapter 8 verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. Yeah, we need to prepare ourselves. The prophecies that the prophet spoke about, we need to prepare ourselves upon that. We gotta look at our time and read in the scriptures and watch over the over the times, man. The scriptures say, I have made thee a watchman. We need to watch concerning the scriptures and concerning the times that we are in, man. See prophecies coming to pass. You know? For inquire, I pray thee, of former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. You know? We need to know and get understanding what our forefathers wrote about and what they saw, what they witnessed, you know. And through the elder apostles of GMS, we are able to get the understanding of these things, man. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 1, verse 9. Ye that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Yeah, we who believe and we who fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai look for everlasting joy and mercy. These other cats, these 2/3, these people who are fit for destruction, they don't look for everlasting joy. They look for a short joy. They look for how do you say that? Temporary joy. We look for everlasting joy. They look for a temporary joy. And they don't look for mercy, man, because they don't give a fuck. They want to enjoy their life now. Ye that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see. Look at the generations of old and see. Did ever any trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? That's the love, that's the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And we will get the understanding of his love and his mercy through looking at the things that the prophets, that the generations of old have spoken about to us. Like the scriptures say that these things were written to us, man, for our learning, for the people that live in the latter days, upon whom the end of the world is come. And that's us, man. So study, read the scriptures, get the understanding, listen to the other apostles of GMS who give you this truth, who give you these breakdowns, you know, who the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai is dealing with. And prepare yourself, man. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.